Cheers.
Cheers, folks. Welcome in another edition of Offtrack Syndicate. Here we are again. We got some new faces in here with us. We got Mr. Leprechaun from
What?
Daily Hello and
Ain't you a peach?
Ain't You a Peach? I
That
was going
one
to say
guy.
Bless Your Heart from Ain't You a Peach. We have Mr. Whiskey Wisdom, old Matt from Gen X. What is the name of your new thing?
Gen X Podcast, baby.
Gen X Podcast.
That's it.
And then we got the wonderful Miss SoCal from, I'll let you guess where she's from, and Kinsey in a bunker somewhere in Kentucky. And then me, that guy.
It's for everybody else's protection, so they're protected from me. So it's hard to get let out of this bunker.
Right?
Oh my gosh.
Let's see who all we got over in the. We got
Yeah.
Todd. Todd's in there. What's up, Todd? Kathy in the Berg.
Yeah.
That's all I see in the chats.
Kathy said, well, there's a couple more people watching. They just haven't said anything. But you know how they kind of trickle in on our train? You know how it goes. But Kathy said she has some storms coming through, so she didn't know how long she'll be around.
Timothy, right?
Yeah, right as we were starting, I was hearing some thunder, so I don't know. Huh.
Hi, Tim.
Hopefully.
So what storm? You guys are having storm. Why am I in 95 degrees and you guys are having storms?
I
I'll take
know.
the
There's
storm.
Timothy Ratliff. What's up, buddy? And Miss Francis. Beating crazy.
Hi, Francis.
Hope you all doing well.
Yeah, that's crazy.
How has everybody's week been? Mine kicked my ass. There's Kloppenberg. Just a rough day at work all week. It just, damn it, it was just going and going and going. But SoCal, what's
Oh, my week, crazy as always. Just work. Next week, though. Next week is my birthday, but I am actually working on my birthday, but I'm taking the rest of the week off. So I'm only working Monday and Tuesday, and then I'm going to hopefully, and I say this very lightly, hopefully take the rest of my time that was approved off. But, that's how it worked in Christmas. It did not work that way. So we'll see. I don't know. Lep, how about you? How was your week?
Like most weeks, we had a bunch of rain, so I fought rain to keep the grass mowed. But yay, got everything caught up. Finished the hedges yesterday. Just been day in, day out, doing the Daily Hello on YouTube every morning. If you like bad dad jokes, like what do you call a train carrying bubble gum?
I don't know.
Choo-choo.
Bingo. There you go.
Oh, wow.
See, there's a man up in my own.
Buy a lottery ticket. Kenzie, how about your week?
Running behind, playing catch up all week long. It's just that this time around, I managed to get things taken care of and get home at a decent time, so I could get home empty and be ahead of the ball game. And of course, whenever I get empty and on my way home, they go ahead and give me one of the worst loads that there is to pick from to start the week off with tomorrow. So, all right, I got ahead of the game to get screwed.
So to be empty getting home, what, they give you laxatives or what? What do you mean?
No, it's the whole full colon cleanse.
Okay. There's a high colonic. Oh, that's good.
Hey, Scotty. Hey. Hi, Amy. Thank you for stopping by. I wish you could hang around, but we appreciate the like.
You guys should check out her and Beating Crazy's channel. They're doing some amazing things with resin and just making all kinds of cool stuff.
That's awesome. All right, Matt, how about your week? How was your week? Did you have a rough week at work?
Yeah, it's been good. Glad for the weekend. It's Sunday now. We got really bad storms here, too, so if I suddenly do here, that's why. It's not because I bailed on y'all. We just lost power. It seems to be dying down at the moment, so that's good.
Wait a minute. Are these like cold storms? Like you guys get to put on jackets and hats, or are they like humid storms?
What's up, CA Scotty? In Georgia, it's been like in the 90s and really humid, so not cold storms, but...
Oh, all of you guys, that's the same thing?
Yeah.
Oh, so I'm in the 90s. I just don't have the humidity. I just have bright, cloudless skies. Gotcha.
Yeah. You're looking good, Jen. Haven't seen you in a little while. You look like you've dropped a little weight, so that's cool. You look great.
Well, thank you so much. I wish that were true. I was doing great. I was losing weight, exercising, and then it all just went away.
Yeah, and Kinsey was talking about getting a bad load.
It came back to me, I think. But thank you.
All right, well, you're lucky you talked over me because I probably shouldn't have gone with that joke anyways. Are you one of these chicks that do like the whole birthday month? Do you do a birthday day? Like, most women they do like birthday quarter. They have like an entire quarter as their birthday.
Well,
Well,
the
I
thing
can.
is,
Right.
the birthday's always the same year.
Yeah.
Right.
No, I'm always honest about my age because I don't care, and that's my age. My mom was a big liar about her age and got really pissed when I threw her 2 surprise parties. Well, Lep and I threw one of them. The
Yep.
first one I threw, though, was when she was 55, and I did a speed limit party. And I got to tell you, she was pissed because she had apparently been lying to everybody about her age, and now it was a surprise party, so everybody knew she was turning 55. She was pissed at me, and I'm
It was
like, "Oh
like
well."
a her problem, not a you problem.
Yeah, and then Lep and I threw her another speed limit party because right after she turned 55, like a year or two later, the speed limit went up to 65. So I told her, well, guess what? 65, you're getting another one. And Lep and I were super smart and waited a long time after her birthday because she's so nosy. And so she thought no party, no nothing. And then we threw her a blowout, and it was amazing. And
No. You should have just waited 5 years and then threw her another speed limit party. Then she would have really been happy with
well,
you.
Well, I got to be honest. It was almost her next birthday. We waited till like August, and her birthday's in October. So we waited almost a full year before we threw it. But I got to tell you, it was amazing. And she was so touched by it. It was amazing. Anyway, off the subject. So today's National Bourbon Day. Hence the reason we have our buddy here, Matt, who knows all about bourbon. And of course, Rusty knows all about bourbon. I am not a bourbon drinker, but I have been trying to learn with the bourbon community that I have become close with. And so I don't know. We just thought we'd talk about bourbon for a minute if you're all good with that. And even if you aren't, we're doing it anyway. So the
Yep.
smallest shit show in the world.
Hey,
That's what we
there's
do.
Trevor. Trevor.
Hey,
from
Trevor. Hi, Kathy again. I'm glad you're back. And hey, Wombat Mommy, nice to see you.
Me, I'm a big bourbon fan. I like that clear
All right.
bourbon, that they
You want me
make
to
with
add
that
this?
cactus, and you have it with lime and salt. That's my bourbon.
Oh,
All
you're
right.
saying tequila?
You want me to add this now?
I mean,
Matt, or-
it's up to you. Yeah, just whenever. Whenever you guys are ready for me to start, just let me know.
Wait, let me.
Oh, happy birthday to your son. Happy
There we
birthday.
go.
When's your official birthday day, Jen?
Oh, my actual birthday is on Tuesday, the 16th. Wombat's mommy's son's birthday is today. Happy birthday to a fellow Gemini. Happy birthday to your son.
Nice.
That's awesome.
All right. Well, just in the interest of time, I'll start getting through this. I know you guys got a bunch of guests on, and I appreciate you guys having me on. And I just want to preface this by saying, thank you, Jen, for the kind words in the intro. But I'm by far a whiskey expert. The Whiskey Wisdom name actually comes from when you get a couple in you and you think you have wisdom. That's actually where that comes from. Not necessarily that I have any wisdom, but I will do my best.
I love that. I have vodka wisdom then, if that's the fact. Good.
Yeah, there you go. So thanks Offtrack for having me on tonight. I really appreciate it. We've had a long friendship behind the scenes. I'm glad to come on here on National Bourbon Day and talk about this for just a minute. So for those of you guys who don't know me, my name is Matt. I have a Whiskey Wisdom YouTube channel you can go check out if you want. There's a bunch of great content on there, a bunch of great live streams. You'll probably see Jen and Rusty on there too. I'm a huge bourbon nerd who I do blind tastings. We host a lot of fun live streams doing game nights, stuff like that. You can see all that on the Whiskey Wisdom channel. I've since moved over to like a Gen X podcast thing, which I've been having a lot of fun doing with my family and my son, which has been great. So if you want to check that out, just search for Gen X podcast, and I'm sure you'll find it. But anyway, so tonight,
Dave Vogelsang, the king of.
is Vogelsang here?
Yeah.
Yes.
Vogelsang.
But tonight, we're just here to celebrate America's. I don't know if you guys know this, but it's like, well, we'll get into it in a minute. Like bourbon is officially, America's native spirit, right? Like nobody else can claim that except the USA. So that's what we're here to celebrate tonight. Go over it and have some fun with the Offtrack crew, and obviously chat too. So thank you, Jen, and Rusty for inviting me on. I appreciate it.
Of course.
Can you guys? I don't know. Can you guys even see my slideshow? I didn't even ask.
Yeah,
Yes,
it's
we
up.
can
It's
see
full
it.
screen.
Okay. Can you see the welcome to the celebration?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, all right. So this is just sort of what we're going to go over tonight. Where am I at? I got 15 minutes. All right, so we're going to go over like the history of bourbon, some fun facts about bourbon, like what makes bourbon bourbon. Believe it or not, there's actually a lot of really strict rules in the U.S. So we'll cover that too. Sort of what classifies specific things. We'll go over the possibly earliest bourbon cocktail. We'll go over some of that. I'll give you guys. You guys can take a screenshot near the end or whatever. This will be archived on Offtrack's channel. You can come back to it and re-watch it at your leisure pace instead of me just blowing through it. And then that's it. And then we'll have a little fun with some chat, ask some questions at the end, and whoever's here in chat can put in some comments if you want to do a little chat engagement. So, all right, what is National Bourbon Day? So it's today. It is, like I said, America's native spirit, born in the late 1700s, back when Kentucky settlers distilled corn whiskey. Corn was like super ample back then. I guess it is sort of now too. And it has to be in charred oak barrels. It was actually named after Bourbon County. The exact beginnings of it are sort of wrapped in legend, but most famously the story of, and Rusty, maybe, I don't know if you know this now, the Reverend Elijah Craig. He was the first one to sort of char the barrel and create the first true bourbon on June 14th, which is where this day specifically comes from. And then that was back in 1789, and it took until 1964, 1964, for Congress to make it official. So the United States has formally recognized bourbon as a distinctive product of this nation. Go USA.
Go USA.
Hell yeah, forever cementing the bourbon status. And we can celebrate National Bourbon Day every day on June 14th, so we can all raise a glass to the cool history, the craftsmanship of the settlers. And I love how, like, one of the first things we did as settlers is figure out how to get drunk. That is amazing. It is truly American.
Hey, priorities. What can I say?
Hell yeah, man.
Hey.
All right, I'll move on. So very brief history of bourbon here. We've got late 1700s, the Scotch-Irish settlers distilled the corn whiskey in Kentucky. Corn, like I said, is plentiful and cheap. It was in Bourbon County, named after the French House of Bourbon. I actually didn't know that. Did you know that, Rusty, was in Bourbon County?
I didn't know that.
And I think he's having difficulties maintaining the connection.
For me?
No, Rusty, because he just fell out.
Oh, all right, that's cool. It becomes really popular on the river trade because why wouldn't it? Dr. James Crowe perfects the sour mash process in the 1830s to the 50s, which is the foundation for like the modern bourbon. There is a specific type of bourbon called bottled in bond. There's a lot of qualifiers for it to be bottled in bond. One of them being it has to be 100 proof. There's a lot of government scrutiny over that, and that was first acted in 1897. So if you ever see a bottle on the shelf that's 100 proof and says bottled in bond, you know that dates back to regulatory laws from 1897. Prohibition obviously came around 1920 to 1933. I've got an interesting slide near the end about a huge distillery near my house, actually, that has to do with Prohibition. People found loopholes, right, to give out whiskey and bourbon through medical needs, right? It's sort of like my eyes hurt, so I need weed, Judge, right?
Yeah, Bing.
Hell yeah.
Are you telling me
And
that
some,
there's illegitimate reasons to smoke weed?
That's right.
Really not.
Listen to me. There's legitimate reasons to do anything, Kinsley. Okay, if you can dream it, we can make it, brother. All right. And then 1964, like we said, Congress declares bourbon America's native spirit, only spirit with this distinction, which is kind of cool. So it's unique to the U.S. Just some quick fun facts about bourbon. This is crazy. There are more barrels of bourbon than people. Okay, that's
Shut up.
It's insane. Kentucky itself has 7 to 10 million barrels of aging bourbon. 2 barrels per person in just that area alone, which is wild. 95%.
Where's ours at?
Say what?
If they got that many barrels, then where's ours at? They need to share.
I know, right? 95% of the world's bourbon on Earth comes from Kentucky. So if you're ever in a blind or ever in some sort of history lesson and they ask you, where is this from? Just say Kentucky. There's a 95% chance you're going to be right.
I love that.
Yep. America's only native spirit, like we said, by U.S. law, it's got to be U.S. No other country can legally call whiskey bourbon. It is uniquely ours.
So I have a question for you regarding the barrels of bourbon. So you're saying there's 10 million barrels of bourbon. So that's being stored. That's not even bottled yet. That's just the barrels of it.
Barrel
Yeah,
aging.
those are currently aging. Yeah, so barrels can age from I don't know what a minimum. I mean, technically, I've seen stuff age for 24 hours, which is insane. But yeah, barrels can age up to 30 plus years. It's crazy
Yeah,
how long they can be
Does it
50
around.
years, 75
do-
years.
Yeah.
does it make it better the more it's aged, or does it more depend on the blend, I guess, or not the blend, but the type of bourbon that it ages better? I mean,
Yeah, I mean that's a great question. A lot of people they look for the age number on a bottle, and they mistakenly think the higher the number, the better it's going to be. Typically, the reason for the price is just because of how long that barrel has like kept storage sitting in a rickhouse somewhere. But
uh,
what's supposed to happen is the master blenders and master distillers at these distilleries, like once every 6 months, they go and they actually taste from the barrel and they keep copious amounts of notes on the barrel, what they feel their tasting notes were, what the proof is. And then they watch it over time. And if they feel like it's getting worse than the last time they taste it, then they dump the barrel and bottle it because they don't
oh,
want it to spoil.
okay, wait. You just brought up a question then. Shit. You said when they taste it, blah, blah, blah. Hold on. Damn it. I have a couple questions. So, crowd my mind. You said, did you say rick house? What's a rick house? Did you say rick or brick?
Rick with an R. So Rick House is just a fancy way of saying where all the barrels are stored.
Just like a cord of wood you keep in a rick, it's the same thing. It's just
Yeah.
a storage of wooden barrels.
Oh, shit. I didn't even know that that's where I kept a cord of wood. I just kept it in my backyard. I didn't know it was in a house.
You've never heard
But
of a
that's
rick of
nice
wood?
to know.
Yeah.
The other thing I wanted to say, you said, okay, they taste it, and then, oh, that was the question. So, does the proof get higher when it ages, or does that depend on something different? How does the proof? You said when they taste it, they check the proof and stuff. So what makes the proof go higher or lower?
Yeah, so that's a great question. It depends on where the rick house is, and it depends on the location for the distillery. So, for example, in Indiana, there is a big distillery called MGP, and they are in a valley where rivers are near their distillery, so the humidity is extremely high. So it's difficult for them to come out with more higher proof bourbons there due to and there's no way I'm going
Like
to
the expansion of the casks or
well,
something?
so you're always dealing with evaporation and absorption. Like the bourbon's absorbing into the wood, it's pulling out the sugars from the wood, and then you've also got evaporation of the alcohol seeping out of the barrels, right? One's called the angel share, that's what the alcohol evaporates into the air, and then one's called the devil's cut, which is the bourbon seeping into the wood. And I don't remember how the science works, but the higher the humidity, the harder it is to pull that proof higher. So typically, distilleries that are in high humidity areas, they're going to pull, like the longer the barrel ages, the lower the proof is going to become.
Oh,
Now,
okay.
on the National Day, when they had some of the specifics for it to be called bourbon, it had stated that it had to be barreled at 125 proof. Says distillers must ensure the bourbon is barreled at 125 proof to be able to call it bourbon.
So I think I've got a slide on that. I think the max, so they call it the barrel entry proof, the BEP. I think the max for bourbon is 160 proof. That
Right,
it can,
that's what they distill it at.
yeah,
It can't be any higher than 160.
Correct. Yep.
So it just sits in these casks, in these rick houses, and they're not doing anything to it except testing it. They're not doing anything to it. They're just
They
making sure
rotate them.
temperature
Yeah.
controlled, or
Yeah, I mean they may move them around. So rick houses, they have different tiers. Some of the big ones, they'll have 6 levels, and usually the higher the level, the hotter the air is, and they'll try to shuffle barrels around sometimes to get higher heat aging and lower heat aging. All of those movements and the heat affects the absorption of the wood into the alcohol, right? And every distillery's got some kind of little gimmick, claim to fame. Like there's some, like Jefferson's, they put their barrels on boats, and they're like, oh, our barrels are being shaken by the ocean for X amount of days, so our bourbon's better. Every distillery's got some kind of gimmick as to how they store the barrels and what they do to them and how they rotate them. Some, there's different char levels. You can char the inside of the barrel at different char levels. Some people will take knives and make like severe gouges in the wood to try to get more of the wood sugars in the alcohol. I mean, there's all sorts of things that distilleries can do. Some distilleries are so paranoid about their distillation process when they procure new equipment like giant pot stills for their to replace an aging one, or if they're ramping up production because they want to do more bottles, they hire engineers to come in using like lasers, and they will find every little dent that was in their old one, and they'll make the same dents in the new one because they're so paranoid that any change in their process will affect the taste of their bourbon. That's how meticulous and paranoid they are about creating their brand and their tasting notes.
Okay, I have one more question, and then I want to let you go on with your thing. But
Okay.
I remember you guys in the bourbon community, I believe it was your show, but it was one of our people in the bourbon community. You guys showed the stacks that you're talking about, like the levels. It was 1 through 7, let's say. But you guys were saying that, I thought, at least that's what I understood, is that went by age. So the one at the top was either older or newer. And so they put that on the label in that code. Like there's a code on every label of bourbon with the year, whether it's A, B, C, D. And isn't there a level or no? Am I getting that completely off?
I'm not sure.
Maybe I was drunk that night.
Like I think what you're talking about is like transparency on labels, and each distillery, they've got different levels of transparency as to what they did to their bottles. Some people keep it a total secret. Some people will put like laser codes on their bottle, and you can determine, okay, this was bottled or this was barreled in this year. It was bottled in this year. And they'll be a little more transparent about the codes. Sometimes they'll give you what the mash bill is. Mash bill's a whole other thing. But maybe that's what you're talking about. I'm not sure.
Maybe. Dollar Bill Will, hello. I just want to say hi real quick, and I'm going to let you go back to your thing. And then Dave was just saying in the chat that max entry level proof for bourbon is 125, and the max bottling proof is 160. So you max bottling mean you can't go over 160. So there's never going to be anything over 160.
So
is that correct?
Well, you can't call it bourbon if it is.
right.
Oh, what would you call it if it's over? What if it's 162?
You call it. You're gonna have a great night. That's what you call it.
Yeah. Hangover the next day.
Yeah. I mean, like Everclear. That's like
Yeah, that's gnarly.
Pure,
Shit.
damn near pure grain. We used to call it rocket fuel when I was in the service.
Yeah.
It will fire you up.
Yeah, it will.
Cheers, BT. Who's BTM Reviews Bourbon Channel?
Yeah,
Because sometimes they come in different. So
Hey
who's
guys.
that?
A lot of the distilleries during the early days of COVID, they just were putting out pure high proof grain alcohol for disinfectants for hospitals, because it was like impossible to find like hand disinfectant at the time. So they were just, hey, you use this, and
You're good to go.
yeah,
Like
I guess
surgery.
drink it on the side. No harm, no foul.
All right, so let's go ahead with
What's
your
her
thing.
name? Kitty DeCaucus. Yeah, drink it like rubbing alcohol.
Yeah. Okay, so 18. Where I'm at? Oh, we got 3 minutes, Jan. Oh my God. Okay.
No, we don't. You could be a few minutes longer. We're fine.
All right. So 1888, Marvin Stone, he hated the soggy ryegrass straws. This is what they had to use back then in his little mint julep. So he invented the modern paper straw for his cocktails. I guess thanks to him, but I got to be honest, like I hate paper straws. I feel like that's a California thing. Jan, I feel
No, it's not. I hate them.
I hate
them
them so much. I hate
I'm
them.
not even going to use them.
During the war, Kentucky distilleries converted, fermented tanks to produce penicillin. Oh, penicillin. I didn't even know that. Bourbon makers helped save the lives with their expertise. So there you go.
Boom.
And like,
The thing.
say what?
Oh, I'm talking to Ken's to full screen your PowerPoint.
Oh.
I didn't know he was still going back to it. I'm sorry.
Oh, yes, he is.
And then, all right, while he's doing that.
He's done it. It's good.
Okay. Many distilleries, like I said, they safeguard their yeast and what they do, their recipes. Some are over 100 years old, passed down from generations, with nobody wanting to talk about what they do special. So,
Oh.
depends on who you go to is the level of transparency.
What's the oldest bourbon you've ever had, just for the heck of it?
Oh my gosh, the oldest bourbon probably in the 20s, I think. I've got
Really?
I've got some bottles that are 21 year that are fantastic. Hey, Zach, how's your day at work, bud? Yeah, I want to say probably in the 20s. I don't know if I have any 30-year bourbon. I don't know if I do.
Okay.
All right, so what makes it a bourbon? These are the legal rules I talked about earlier. It's got to be made in the USA. It's got to be 51% or more corn mash. So when you hear the word mash, there's this is like their recipe for making their bourbon, right? And so 51% of it has to be at least, or excuse me, at least 51% of that recipe has to be corn in order for it to be bourbon. So if it's like 49% corn, can't call it a bourbon. If it's 99% corn, you can still call it a bourbon. Just has to be more than 51 or 51% or more. It has to be a new charred oak barrels. You can't have used barrels. They have to be new. They have to be charred. You can't have any additives in it. Some scotches they put additives like coloring and flavoring sweeteners. So any sort of when you go to the store and you see these like Jack Daniel's apple or Jack Daniel's whatever, those are called liqueurs. Those are not technically bourbon. Here's the proof requirement: distilled at no more than 160 proof, bottled at 80 proof or higher. So if it's 79 proof or lower, you can't call it bourbon. Generally between 80 to 100 proof is what you see. And if you see some, there's a lot of different labels for things like straight Kentucky bourbon, bottle and bond. We already talked about what bottle and bond is. Straight, if you see straight Kentucky bourbon or straight bourbon, it has to be aged at least 2 years. There's no minimum basic bourbon, but most are. So, all right,
Awesome.
those are legal rules for bourbon. If you guys are wanting to get into bourbon, those of you guys who know nothing about it, there
Like me.
now in this day and age, there is just a mind-blowing amount of bottles. If you go to a good package store, it's hard to figure out where to start. My recommendation would be start with a lower proof bottle, and when I'm done with the presentation, I'll show you some bottles that are cheap and good to start with. Figure out what you like early. Go to a bar, go to a friend. Instead of buying bottles and ask for a shot of something neat and just taste it. If you don't like it, Google what the mash bill is. You've got high wheaters, you've got high rise, you've got high corn. You'll very quickly figure out, oh, every time I have a high rye, I don't like it, or every time I have a high corn, I do like it. And then you'll quickly figure out what type of mash bill fits your palate, and then you can focus. You can start narrowing it down to those types of recipes that you enjoy. Glassware matters. Get yourself some good glass. Don't be drinking this out of solo cups, y'all. Come on, we're old now. We don't need to be throwing some ice in a solo cup. Part of the experience is being able to nose it. Your nose really helps with pulling out flavors. Believe it or not, and that's why when you get a cold, you can't taste as well. So if you get yourself like a good rocks glass, you're able to stick your snout in there and really get the fumes of the alcohol, which will help you taste it.
Is the glass of the bottle that it's in to begin with good enough?
You know what? It depends on the type of day you've had, Kenzie, because if you come out of work on a Friday with a million issues, I don't care what kind of glassware it's in. So there you go. And
And so,
don't over. Go ahead, Jen.
no, I was just going to say, and so you're supposed to drink it out of a Glen, which I learned from the bourbon community.
Yes, well, okay, so this kind of segues into don't overthink it. Don't listen to me. Don't listen to anybody. Do what you want to do. If you want to drink it out of a solo cup, go ahead. I'm just telling you, I don't like it that way. You might. Don't fall into some bourbon snob telling you don't do that. Do it the way you want to do it. But yeah, so Glencairn's. This is what a Glencairn looks like. I don't know if you can see this. Am I?
I
Yeah, we
don't
can see
tend
it.
to
We got you
appreciate
highlighted.
anything with caring in the name.
I was just going to say that. Like, so is that like a kind of a bitchy glass? I mean, is that what we're doing here?
So, yeah. So this is supposed to be patented to where, you pour the bourbon a little bit in here, and it's supposed to hyper focus the fumes, into your nose. That's the point of the shape of this. So
Gotcha.
you can pour the bourbon in there and let it air out for a while and get a good nose on it. It's kind of fun to just smell and figure out what does this smell like. Um, and then you taste it and overjoy. But again, like on my presentation here, don't overthink it. Don't listen to me. Do what you want to do. But yes, Glencairn is probably one of the most common whiskey classes, Jen.
Okay, gotcha.
All
All
right,
right.
Kinky, if you want to pull the slideshow back up. So great beginner bourbons to try. Here's some ones you can find pretty cheap. There was a point in time where Buffalo Trace was very hard to find. I feel like Buffalo Trace is pretty easy to find now. Woodford Reserve, Wild Turkey 101, Maker's Mark. Wild Turkey 101, these are, or excuse me, Maker's Mark, that's a good wheated bourbon if you want to try a wheated bourbon. Elijah Craig, if you like nutty notes, maybe try like an Elijah Craig. Four Roses is pretty cheap. You can find all sorts of different experiences with Four Roses. They actually have little tags on the bottle that you can read all the recipes and what you're supposed to be getting from that specific bottle. So that's a great one to start with too. All of these bottles are pretty cheap. You're not going to break the bank if you hate it. And worst case, you can do two things with a bottle if you hate it. One, you can classify it as guest whiskey, which is what some
Ah,
people do.
yes,
Number two, just make a cocktail with it. Make a cocktail with it.
true. That's true. Um, that is true. Because I've had some, I gotta say that some of the bourbon community have sent me different ones, and there's been some really, oof, like Free Ranch, but that was a particular year and a particular type. Good God,
Yeah, and I
couch.
think the last thing I'll say before the next slide is just keep an open mind. And I'll say one more thing too. Just because you hate one thing, don't forever shut out that category because there may be something hidden in there that you might enjoy. So, like let's say that you've decided you hate rye. Like I don't like rye at all. If somebody offers you a new rye, have a little
Mhm.
sip of it. You may get surprised and be like, you know what, I actually like this rye, and then you can start researching like why do I, what is it about this that I like better, and you may discover something new. So just keep an open mind.
So when you're saying wheated, that's based on the wheat, and rye is based on the rye flavor. Barley, is there a
Well,
barley?
so it goes back to like the mash bill, like the recipe. So the wheaters, they've got higher wheat in the recipe. So you may see something that's like 51 corn, like, I don't know, 40 wheat or something, and like 10 malted barley, right? So it's like a very high wheat in the mash bill.
Okay.
Your wheaters are usually, it depends on how it ages, but some of them are very bready. I mean, it really tastes like wheat, and some of them are really sweet. It just depends on what you get. Maker's Mark is probably the most popular wheater that I know of, and I
Gotcha.
bet a lot of people probably have had Maker's Mark and didn't even know it was a wheated bourbon.
Tim Ratliff says the Bourbon Factory tours are great if you want to see the production of bourbon. I visited Jim Beam Distillery in Louisville. They gave samples of their bourbon candies. Oh, there you go.
That's cool. Yeah, and he's right. The one thing about the bourbon community and distilleries is we're all very passionate about this, and it's a hobby that we love to share. Everybody's pretty open and sharing about it, and that includes distilleries too. So he's right. If you've got a distillery near you and you just go there and say, "Hey, educate me about your bourbon,"
Yeah,
they won't shut up for the next 2 hours talking about their bourbon. They'll let you sample it, and everybody's like that in this community.
I love that. All right, to your
Another
next.
Another cool thing, both on Android or iPhone, there is an application. I have nothing to do with it. It's called Only Drams, all one word. You can find it for free. It's a great way to inventory your bottles. And even if you don't use it to inventory your bottles, you can scan bottles while you're at the store. It will give you reviews from people that are bourbon enthusiasts. It'll give you what price you should be paying for that bottle. So if you see a bottle on the shelf that's $100 and you scan it and they say, yeah, you should probably be paying around 40, then you're getting ripped off by $50, and you can make that decision if you want to pay that extra money or look for another place. Anyway, so check it out. It's called Only Drams. I've got all of my bottles behind me that are inventoried. You can find us at Whiskey Wisdom with no space on Only Drams if you want to go through our inventory. So
Awesome.
there you go. If you're looking for some stuff, I think I put some more trials on here. We already talked about Buffalo Trace and Elijah Craig makers. Wild Turkey 101. Old Forester 1910. I added that on here. You're probably looking at like 50 to 55 bucks for an Old Forester 1910. I think that is a fantastic beginner bottle. It's very sweet. I almost would consider it like a dessert bourbon. It's incredible. A step up from that, so where you sort of want to go on your bourbon journey after that is a lot of people will do single barrel picks. So there are instances where you might find a single barrel pick of a bottle that you like, right? So let's say that you like Woodford Reserve Double Oaked. Some stores may go and buy an entire barrel of that and have their own unique bottle of that. So that's something cool you can look out for at stores as well.
Okay, quick question about single barrel. Why is it called single barrel? Aren't they all in a barrel by themselves?
Yeah, they are, but in order to mass produce and give out to um, the community better, a lot of distilleries that will take like Wild Turkey 101, they'll water it down to 101 proof, so it may come out at I don't know 120 proof, and they'll water it down so they get more bottles out of it. They'll also blend a bunch of barrels together, and so they can't call those single barrels because they're technically blends of other barrels.
Gotcha.
So if you see single barrel on there, you know that there's nothing blended in it. It is direct from an actual barrel, a single barrel.
From beginning to end.
Right.
Gotcha.
Exactly.
All right. So my gosh, learned so much. Okay, so fun ways to celebrate National Bourbon Day. Tell us.
So I mean, we've already talked about this. Just pour and reflect. Just start somewhere. Just go find a bottle. Go to a bar. Go to a friend. Just try something. You may hate it. You may like it. Host tasting games or have game nights. We used to do that all the time. Have a lot of fun. Get into cocktails. Go find a cocktail you like. Old fashions are super easy to make. I'll show you how to make one in just a second. It's a great way to support American makers. This is all USA stuff. If you're buying bourbon, like we talked about, it's unique to the United States. And join a community. Get in a text group. Get on a Discord server. Find people that are passionate about it and share your experiences. Talk to them about what you like, what you don't like. Like I said, I mean, all of us are very talkative and love sharing what we've learned and mistakes we've made. And I mean, I could sit here for 2 hours telling you about a million mistakes I made getting into this.
Yeah.
And we're all happy to share that wisdom. And Jen just blindly joined one of our shows, and I think you got to experience just how passionate we are about this.
Mm-hmm.
Well, she's never been that good of a judge of character. I mean, she hangs around with us.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, Rusty brought me into this community, but it's been an amazing community, and you guys are a very giving community. And I gotta say, you get into the bourbon thing, you go into the different channels. It's amazing, and they've given me samples where I could try different things. They've been so generous, and I don't know, just a great community that come together when people need something as simple as just prayers. It's just an amazing community. They're so kind. They're so kind. And it's so interesting because I don't drink bourbon or whiskey. To me, it's super interesting. That's what I got to say about that. So
Now, I got a question. You may or may not know the answer to this, but you were saying beforehand that some people were so picky about changing anything in their whiskey and their aging process that they will even include recreating the same dents and grooves and stuff in their barrels, right?
In their distillery equipment, like their pot stills and what
Okay.
they're just
Okay.
to make the bourbon. Yeah.
Okay, so that might make the question irrelevant then, because I was going to ask if these people that do these things out of superstition or whatever, if they also commonly happen to be the ones that put out the single barrels or not.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure that every distillery has their own preferred superstitious way or preferred process of doing things. It's really up to the distillery if they choose to have a single barrel program or not. Most distilleries, if you engage them and say, "Hey, I really like," you have a conversation with them. These are the things that I like. would you be willing to sell me a barrel of it? Unfortunately, the alcohol laws in the U.S. are incredibly complex, so it takes a lot of legwork in order for just a plain Jane citizen to be able to buy barrels and then resell them. There's a lot of middlemen you've got to get involved in to that. It's like everything that the government gets their fingers in. It gets taxed to death, and a $10 bottle ends up being a $60 bottle by the time you can buy it. But most distilleries will sell you a single barrel if you engage them.
Now,
All
I
right.
was
So,
thinking
oh,
that
sorry. Go ahead.
a way you could get samples without, buying whole bottles. You could get the little airplane bottles that pretty much everybody makes a short one like that. That would give you a wide range of variety at an inexpensive price point.
Yep, that's a good point. So usually at what he's talking about, like at the point of sale areas, they've usually got, like little teeny bottles. You can usually get them for like $1 or $2. The thing though with those is they're going to be limited to super popular stuff like Maker's Mark, Tito's. But he's right. You could find a good variety and try them on ice. Ice changes it, and that would be a cheap way to do it too, for sure.
Rusty and I did a sampling of whiskeys one time, and that's how I got several of mine. I was surprised that the liquor store I went to had a large variety of whiskeys. A little bit of trivia that didn't get mentioned but might be kind of humorous. Bourbon County, where multiple companies make their bourbon, is a dry county. You can make it there, but you can't buy it there.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? There's a lot of
That
places
is
like
crazy.
that. Yeah. And it's also interesting too, like in Kentucky, where a majority of the stuff is made. I've got friends who literally live in Kentucky, and they can't find their local bourbons, and I find them just sitting on the shelf here in Georgia, and they're like, I literally live where it's made and can't find it. So
It's okay, Rusty. We know you're having trouble with internet. I didn't want to interrupt, but yeah, Rusty's been having trouble with internet due to the weather and stuff. So it's all good, bro. It's all good.
all right, real quick, I just got 3
Yeah.
slides, and then I'll shut up.
Okay. I'll stop asking questions.
No,
So
no,
I'll,
no, 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 you're fine. I'm just trying to be respectful of y'all's time. All right, so we briefly talked about this. I'll just go over this real quick. So, during Prohibition, if you went and got a prescription from a doctor, that was how you were able to get alcohol. There's actually a distillery near me called Remedy Distillery, and that's their little niche. They actually have on the wall framed a bunch of like really old prescriptions from the 1800s to get whiskey. It's kind of neat to see those. But anyways, I thought that was a fun loophole.
yeah.
I wanted to have a card on here just for your audience. I'll just leave it here. I'm not going to go over it. This is probably one of the easiest cocktails to make. If you're a grown man, you should have this memorized and know how to make it. It's
Or a woman. Or a woman.
well, usually we're trying to woo the women, Jen. Come on, we gotta be
grown adult.
Yeah, we gotta be sophisticated, and I'll leave it here so you guys can screenshot it. Super easy recipe. Every man or woman should know how to make an old fashioned. So there you go. Y'all can pause it and look at that. And then I just had this here in the thing. I don't know how many people are here, but if y'all in the comments really help promote the YouTube algorithm. So the more you guys chat, the more their stream will get promoted. So maybe you guys can put in chat what your go-to bourbon is, or what you fell in love with. Are you new to bourbon? Are you interested in it? Did you like bourbons or rye? Or any question for the Offtrack Syndicate crew? Put it in there. Helps promote the channel. And hit the like button while you're here. It's free. Just hit the like button. It takes 2 seconds.
Aw.
All right, that's it. Happy National Bourbon Day to everybody.
Cheers, motherfuckers.
I appreciate you having me
Cheers.
on. So hopefully that didn't take too long, but I appreciate it, guys.
No, thanks so much. I mean, I learned so much, but I still have a million questions, but we'll do that on another show because I got a million questions. I'm like an inquisitive
Your
person.
hair is wild. My wife is right here. Do you want to say hi real quick?
Yes, Pookie. Hi,
Pookie.
Pookie.
I went outside. It's really humid. It just stormed up the
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, Rusty's having some trouble with the internet because of the
and-
storm.
Oh man, I got the whole family coming in
The
now.
whole family.
That was
Oh,
outside.
that's cool.
It was
Oh,
like
that's cool. Check it out. There's a little rainbow outside. I don't know if you can see that.
a full.
Oh,
Oh, nice.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, that's an amazing rainbow. Yeah.
All right. Anyways, I know you guys have other guests. I'll shut up, and I appreciate you having me on. Do you guys want me to hang out or bail out of here? What do you guys want me to
No,
do?
No,
hang
you
out.
can hang
Hang
out if
out
you
if you
want.
want.
By
right.
the way, let's just once again promote your new show, Gen X podcast.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. You're on his show.
Hang on. I can pull it up real quick. Hang on.
They get extra Jen on his podcast.
I got to
Different
write
Jen.
Beaver. She was waiting and she is gone. So give me a second to write Beavs.
Hang on. Give me a second. Oh, here we go. All right. So if you go, let me share this real quick.
All right.
Is that Hudson?
Yeah. Oh, is he behind me? Oh, sorry.
Oh, he's so cute.
So there you
Yeah.
go. If you go to the Gen X podcast, it's at what is it? At Gen X Pod. I'm going on there talking Gen X stories and asking my Gen Z sons questions about Gen X life. And I think Jen, you said I did pretty well in the Gen Z quiz.
No, I loved it because it goes back. And the son asks Matt, Zach asks Matt stories about Gen Z. So it's kind of fun and to see what he knows. So they kind of go back and forth. It's really cool. And it makes me want to ask my kids, which I have, because of this, like, what's a rotary phone? What are yellow pages? What are
Well,
these?
you know what's even better is if you've got kids in different generations, like a Gen Z, millennial, whatever, get them in line and put like a divider between them and say, how do you roll down a window? And watch all three of them. One will do this, one will do this. They all do. And they'll be
Right.
like, how do you answer a phone? One will do this, one will do this.
Yeah.
How do you take a picture? One will do this, one will do this. It's
Yes.
crazy to like see the differences. So
I love that.
Yeah.
All right. So hang out with us if you want. We had Beaver on, but she disappeared. So
well, I
Kinsey,
mean, you can see behind me. I got plenty of bottles to hang out and chill with you guys with, so I'll hang out. It's fine.
definitely. Kinsey, would you mind sending her a link
Yeah.
again just in case?
Yeah. Plus, on top of that, we're kind of overdue for a Warhorse break anyway
Oh,
because we're
let's
already
do that.
halfway through.
Let's
So,
do
I
that
mean-
while we're waiting for her. Sounds
All
good.
right.
Did you know that the healing power of nature and connection can change lives? At Warhorse Legacy Foundation, located in the heart of the Ozarks, we're helping veterans and their families rediscover wellness, purpose, and community, one step, one ride, and one moment at a time. Founded in 2018 by 3 extraordinary women, Warhorse Legacy was born from a shared passion for serving veterans and their families, combined with a lifelong love of horses. Together, they transformed this vision into reality, creating Warhorse Ranch, a sanctuary dedicated to healing through horsemanship, outdoor recreation, and cutting-edge wellness treatments. Here at Warhorse Legacy Foundation, we offer a wide range of programs designed to meet the unique needs of our veterans. Our horsemanship classes, guided by the Certified Horsemanship Association, help participants build confidence and connection while fostering emotional and physical strength. And that's just the beginning. We also offer on-site complementary wellness treatments, including a hyperbaric oxygen chamber to promote recovery and healing, and the Biocharger NGTM, a state-of-the-art energy revitalization system designed to enhance focus, sleep, and overall performance. These therapies complement our equine and recreational activities, ensuring a holistic approach to wellness. At Warhorse Legacy, everything we do is provided free of charge to veterans and their families. Why? Because we believe in giving back to those who've given so much. And when you support Warhorse Legacy, you can give with confidence. Recognized as a 4-star charity by Charity Navigator, your donation directly helps us make a meaningful difference in the lives of those who have served. So, whether you're a veteran in need, a supporter looking to give back, or simply someone who wants to learn more, we invite you to visit warhorselegacy.org today. Together we can foster wellness, forge connections, and create lasting change. Warhorse Legacy Foundation, healing hearts, building strength, and honoring service one ride at a time.
And there we have it. Oh, that's a Rusty thing,
Yeah.
Man, Rusty's stepping up the game. What's up, Rusty?
right?
Yeah. So, folks, please, you can give with confidence, like you said, with the Charity Navigator. You can look; they're the big charity watchdog, and to get a 4-star rating from them is not easy. They have to open up all their books, and they have to go jump through a bunch of hoops and do all that. So, every dollar you give goes to helping where it needs help. So if you can, go to warhorselegacy.org and give them a couple of bucks, and $2, $2. If we could get everybody to give $2, they'd be in good shape. But,
Especially $2 a month, like reoccurring, $2 a month.
Sure.
Yeah.
But anyway, visit warhorselegacy.org, warhorselegacy.org.
Offtrack Syndicate, bitches.
All right. We got our new guest in. Yay!
If we can get everything hooked up here.
But we don't have a...
The Beeves. She just has to put her camera on, and she has to unmute. But otherwise, we got her.
Oh, man, I just saw that Lev's got the old school mojo on the mic.
Yeah.
Wow, look at that, man. That's a throwback.
Why? You were on there before.
What in the world?
Mission.
While Beaver works out her technical difficulties, let us introduce Beaver. Beaver does a show.
Have you tried clicking, the lower, advisor rating to let them know that you're actually able to be with us here on YouTube? Because, I mean, from what you normally have on your shows, that might be a safety precaution that might be keeping us from seeing her video. Just saying.
There she is,
found it.
our beautiful girl.
Oddly enough, the one that's on my little picture at the bottom wouldn't click off, but there was a second one up here that did click off. I don't know. Did my internet go out again?
Nope.
No, you're
No,
here.
you're good.
All pretty.
No, we're having like major storms right now, so.
So
Me
I
too.
heard down south is too. I didn't know up north was.
Yep.
Well, anyway, to introduce our beautiful Beaver. Beaver does a show called Beaver After Dark. It's very naughty. It's definitely not for the young or for the old.
or for
Or
the
for
faint of
anybody.
heart.
No, it's an amazing show. She does a lot of fun things, but it's definitely not for the young. So if you listen to it, please put your earballs in.
It is, yes, explicit and
Earballs in. Put your balls in your ear, according to
She
Jennifer.
does it Thursday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern, if I'm correct.
Yes.
Yep.
It is on YouTube. It's probably on other platforms as well. Do you have any other platforms you do that on?
No.
Oh, boobs.
That's
All
a
right.
beaver boob.
Yeah.
Beaver boob.
Nice.
That's
Beaver
what I'm
boob.
talking about.
They are large enough to be their own platform, I suppose.
Yeah.
That's right.
You ever see that movie Roxanne with Steve Martin? Where he has
Yes.
a big nose and he has to do the 20 insults on himself, and he's like, God must have loved birds enough to give them this to perch on. Well, I do that now because we just took a new rescue. It's a cat, and she literally lays on my chest every single night. So God loved animals enough to give them this to perch on.
That's
There you go.
awesome. So I have invited Beaver here tonight, or we have invited Beaver here tonight because it's also National Cucumber Day. And this
Oh, I'm
woman,
sure that was entirely by accident.
All right, I feel like my camera's about to go out. Can you guys hear me?
Shut up. So this girl, of course, the first thing she wanted to say was how to use a cucumber. Nay, girl.
She
That's for
really
your
likes
show.
cucumbers.
A
I'm
little
just saying.
extra lube, a little bit.
That's for your show.
It's a dual purpose.
But we asked her to come on because she is an amazing gardener. If there's ever like an Armageddon, I'm going directly to her home. She is fantastic. So we asked her to come on. I love how I keep saying I. Rude.
You realize if there's an
Right.
Armageddon, she's probably the one in here solely that happens to be the furthest away from you, right?
Yeah.
Right.
But I'm
But,
gonna go get myself a Forerunner or
Beaver,
a Subaru.
so well, I want Beaver to look at Matt. Look at all right, you see his background?
Yep.
He might have a few bottles, but Matt, your background, her background, or her basement looks like your background, except
But with
it's all
food.
food.
But with cucumbers,
No, but with food.
Yes, with
but
food.
like with like black cucumbers and
I don't know if
peach
I can
ones and
Yes.
So Rusty, if you
And
had to pick one,
cucumbers with suction cups on them.
Yes.
if
I
you had to pick one, her
Yeah.
basement or his background for Armageddon, which one is it?
I'm definitely going to Matt's.
I would just
Okay,
like to
let
point
Beaver
out that not only do I have over 1,000 jars of prepared food, but I also have I have a whole section of just alcohol. So
And you're not worried about like botulism or something
No.
not jarring correctly, and you go and you eat it and you start tripping balls. You're not worried about that.
Oh, she's skilled enough.
I pressure can almost everything, so it gets to a certain temperature, it would kill anything inside the jar.
And
You
she
just
doesn't
have
let
to
me
be
send
pretty
any ingredients.
So most jars. Now this is just a jar of white feathers of my dad, but actually I can't have this on. I have like a weird
Well,
background and I
we
can't
saw
see
it a
any-
little bit when you put it towards your body.
Yeah, okay. So the jar. Now you always store your jars without this ring. I'm taking this stupid thing off. Hold on.
No. It literally is working.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
You store your jars without the ring.
Yes, because
You seal
I
them
gotta
first.
take it off. How do you do this? How do I take that stupid background off?
You just go to settings and turn off your background.
Virtual background.
You hold down Alt and hit F4.
Don't do it. Don't listen to him.
Okay.
like a blue
I
waffle?
don't know how to take it off. But anyway, so when you're canning, you would always take this off because if your seal gives and you go to pick up the jar, you won't be able to hold it by the lid. So then you know it's not a good seal anymore. Also,
Oh.
you'll hear this.
Yeah, but the seal. Oh, go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
So if this jar wasn't sealed, which I don't know why it did, but when I would go to pick up the jar, the seal would automatically fail. It will never reseal itself. But
Right.
if the seal fails and the ring is on, it could actually reseal, which means now it opened up and bacteria could have gotten inside the jar. So you always store your jars without this on. And I've lost jars. I've actually lost jars of food because even though they sealed and I could hold them up by the ring and they were good, it's still at some point the seal gave way in the basement
Wow.
because I store everything in temperatures of like 50 degrees or below.
Yeah, but it's not like you won't. It's not like you wouldn't know. As soon as you opened the jar, it would
You would
smell.
Yeah,
There
it
would
will
be.
smell.
Yeah.
Trust me, it
Oh,
will smell.
clearly you've never seen a McDonald's quarter pounder that fell under your car seat for 6 months because they don't smell that deep.
Oh,
Well, I mean that McDonald's burger looks the same decades.
That's what I'm saying.
They're also full of a lot of preservatives, which I don't put in my food. I grow most of my own stuff, so
Well,
it's
what are you doing to kill the bacteria that's already in it?
well. You pressure can it, so you're
What
you're
does pressure? What does that mean?
so
Up to
pressure
160
canning is,
degrees and kills
have
all
you
germs.
ever used a what are those? So basically, what you're doing is you're using water and steam to create pressure that brings the temperature up with inside the jar, and then you have a weight that you actually have to put on the canner so that it builds all that pressure inside the jar. It takes the temperature above like 270 or something like that. Which
Yeah, no, it's up above 300, and you have to hold it at that temperature for an hour.
Yeah, you got two different things at work. You got the temperature inside of the pressure canner that's going to kill anything that could be growies or anything anyway. And then also all of that stuff steams up, including inside of the jar, so that by the time it cools off and everything goes to contract, the lid on the top makes seal and keeps anything else, including the air that's no longer there because what was inside the jar is steamed up. The air can't even get back in now.
Got it. And the glass is able to withstand 300-degree Fahrenheit?
Oh yeah.
As
Actually,
long as you do it slowly.
so yeah, so pressure canning at 15 psi, which is per square pressure per square inch, is 250 degrees. So it is only 250. I thought it was like 200 something. That's what this is saying.
Yeah, but you only need 180 to kill any kind of bacteria or anything in there. So
Yeah, yeah. So you're killing everything in it, and you when you're canning, you're like I scrub everything in my kitchen down the day right before I'm going to can. So cabinets, floors, countertops, everything gets scrubbed down. And then, when you're canning, it's always hot, hot, hot. So if you're using hot food, you have hot jars and a hot canner. If you're starting like pickles, you would do cold. So you're doing cold cucumbers, cold brine, and cold canner, and then you put everything together and then bring it up slowly. So there's a method to stuff.
That's just like a crock pot. If you're putting hot shit into a crock pot, you should have the crock pot already cranked and ready to go. If you're putting cold shit in a crock pot, like cold chicken, and you're going to put in like some rice and chicken noodle soup or chicken soup, you're supposed to have it in a cold crock pot. So that's interesting. Okay, anyway, National Cucumber Day. Let's go, girl.
Yeah, let's go. So there's over 100 varieties of cucumbers. And I think I lost my paperwork here. But they're really good for fillers, especially if you're looking to have like volume over calories, because you can eat a lot of cucumbers for very little calories. A cup of cucumbers is only 16 calories. So think about
Love
that,
it.
right?
Love it.
It consists about 95 to 96% water. A cucumber is basically all water. So not only is it low calorie, but it's also hydrating for you.
Yes.
It's rich in certain vitamins like vitamin K, which is good for blood clotting and bone health. Vitamin C, we all know we need our vitamin C. Cucumbers, don't even. I'm not talking vitamin D, Rusty. So shut the fuck up.
Oh
Cucumbers
yeah.
have actually been around for over 3,000 years. And were first cultivated in India. So there's an interesting little tidbit there. And the heaviest cucumber ever grown was over 23 pounds. I'm going to say that person went on vacation for about 5 days, and that's how bad that thing. And they will grow fast. You'll go out and they'll be like this big one day, and then they'll be like this big the next day. You have to really, really pay attention to them. I grow basically two different kinds of cucumbers. I grow straight cucumbers because I don't want gay cucumbers. No, I'm kidding. I grow straight cucumbers, and then I grow pickling cucumbers. And there is specific varieties that are better for pickling, hence the name.
So you can't just use any cucumber to pickle. It's just better to pickle with the pickling ones.
They are, yeah. So the pickling ones hold up better and stay firmer than standard cucumbers in the jar. And there's a whole method to processing cucumbers. The best cucumbers I ever made were soaked in a brine, like this powder brine. I can't remember what it was. I can't find my recipe. Oh, you know what? I have my canning book right here. I might actually have it. See canning. Oh, you can't see it. Canning.
Touch your chest.
So
Yes.
Beaver, so
Yes.
you're saying essentially you like a really firm, a really hard cucumber, don't you?
I love a firm, hard cucumber.
By the way,
Oh, yeah.
I think
At least Rusty, yeah.
I think that 23-pound cucumber, that record setter. I think Ron Jeremy's in jail now. Actually, Rusty.
I'm not going to.
I want to ask you a question.
Are you? Oh, you said.
I just wanted to
question
ask.
is, if it is it that much bigger, is it better? Because you get up to a certain size and you lose all of those bumps and ridges on them.
Yeah. Yes, and it's also So you don't want the bigger ones. They also get a little bitter. The bigger they get, the bitter they get. More bitter.
My wife complains about the bitterness all the time. Yes.
Oh my God! Eat pineapple. Eat pineapple. Anyway,
There you go.
Beaver,
Wrong
I
side.
wanted to ask. when you're growing cucumbers, so say you don't want to put anything in the ground, you just want to do it in a like a pot or a planter. Are you needing a lot of like depth to the soil, or you don't need that much because it grows more out? Do you want to do it on a trellis versus
Yes.
not a trellis?
Yes. So I don't. I could pop. Oh, what did I just do? I popped something up on my computer. I must have bumped something.
Ding ding.
Yeah.
So basically, Jen is asking, do you like it to go deep or do you like it spread out?
It doesn't need to have a deep soil because it does grow up like a vine, so it can grow in a small amount of soil. I actually have this year. I'm doing something different because I've been trying to grow them on like an arch trellis. This year, I have like a V-shaped trellis that I'm going to try to get them to grow up and down, and see if that works. Because then I can just like go in the middle and kind of just pick them out.
So is that better to do it
arch
trellis?
Yeah, I think Rusty's goes up and down.
You
too.
do have to trellis them. I don't know. No, you can't really see them.
I like to go right in the middle of the V, you know.
Yeah, you're gonna love the arch trellis because you just walk through and you're just surrounded. You can just grab all of it.
She has gotten no more than 2 sentences into her.
Right. This is such a shit show. Shut the fuck up so I can hear what the fuck she's saying.
Wait, hang on. I got one more question. Are you wildly offended at the Kool-Aid trend going on right now of the pickle and pineapple trend?
Who gives a shit? I don't get offended by anything except Rusty's hat.
What?
Right?
There you go.
Wow.
Yeah, I love it.
Where's the ding on that? I didn't hear a ding on that one. Jeez.
Rusty's hat?
Apparently, it wasn't funny enough for him.
I guess not.
Okay, so is it better on a trellis? But
Yes,
you can
absolutely should trellis them because you don't want them.
Really?
So the reason that you want to trellis vines is because if they grow along the ground, and that goes for anything: spaghetti squash, zucchini, yellow squash, anything that's like goes viney. You want to trellis it because as it grows along the ground, you will get more insects. So you're going to get more squash bugs. You're going to get more cucumber beetles. Cucumber beetles are my nemesis. I literally kill like 100 a day. They're ridiculous.
Yeah.
Are they small, large?
Oh yeah, they're little. They look like almost like ladybugs, but they're yellow and black.
Mm.
And people like just get ladybugs and they'll kill them. Guess what? If you put a bunch of ladybugs in your garden, they're going to fly away. They're not going to just hang out and kill cucumber beetles. Diatomaceous earth is the one thing that you have to kind of spread it on your plant and hope it doesn't rain for a couple of days. But it will totally destroy cucumber beetle.
Can't you just put like netting around it or something? Keep the bugs out?
Well, you need bugs to get in there because you need them to pollinate. So, I mean,
really?
I rape my flowers. I take a male flower and I start raping all the lady flowers on my plant because I want to make sure they get pollinated.
Wow.
And oh my God, that's literally how every female romance novel goes, Jen.
There's a bee.
So rude, Beaver.
There's a bee on Kinsey's camera.
I just grab a male flower and I go around and I start raping all the female flowers.
No, that's horrifying.
That's amazing.
Okay.
She's got a cucumber BDSM channel.
Well, I do it with all of them, right? I do it with all of my plants.
It's just like my flock of chickens and stuff. Only one or two good cocks is all you need for the whole flock.
She plays cucumber god like she's fucking Guy Fieri, and you're pregnant, and you're pregnant.
You all fucking need Jesus. All of you need Jesus.
I do it with the yellow squash and zucchini too, and the spaghetti squash.
Okay, so I grew in my little tiny. It's like a long, elongated, small, thin thing. I grew some cucumbers. I think it was called lemon cucumber. I'm pretty sure.
I love lemon cucumbers.
Oh my God, I got one. Now, mind you, I didn't do it in a trellis, so it did go on the ground. Didn't see any bugs, but it went on the ground, and I was mostly worried about the heat because we get a lot of heat in California. I was worried about the ground being too hot, but I got to tell you, that was one of the best mind-blowing cucumber in my life.
They're adorable because they look like little lemons,
small.
like striped lemons, and they're good.
They taste like a lemon. When you're eating it, you can taste the citrus in it. It's amazing.
I grew I grew a bunch of them one year, and they were really good.
Now mine
Yeah.
didn't come out like that. Mine came more elongated. It was definitely looked like a cucumber, but it was yellow. But it was yellow. But it
Huh.
was so good.
I actually started saving seeds from all my plants just to see if I can regrow. In fact, all of my pepper plants this year and all of my spaghetti squash and my cucumbers and my zucchini and yellow squash are all repropagated seeds from previous years.
I was going to say, whenever you're dealing with squash and cucumbers and stuff, if you're doing a trellis, don't you get better shape and less of the yellow spots and stuff on there because they're hanging and not sitting on the ground?
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, because if they're sitting in the rain stuff, like I actually grow cantaloupe also, and I have these little plastic things that stick in the ground. Once you see a cantaloupe growing, you put it underneath and it holds it up so it doesn't get that weird, gross dirt all over the background.
I thought you were supposed to get them little cases that the two-sided you put together so that it grows into the shape of the container. You could have a face.
Is there literally a roach crawling across Kinsey's camera?
It's a bee. I seen it fly in. It's been flying in and out.
Okay.
I can't believe he's just like sitting there letting it fly around him. I'd be freaking out. Bees freak me out.
Yeah, well, whatever.
So cucumbers are really a
well, they are a fruit, and I actually had something about that. Cucumbers are technically both. Basically, botanically, they are fruit because they develop flower. They develop from the flower of the cucumber and contain seeds. But culinarily, they are vegetables because they have no sweet flavor profile and are served in savory dishes with pickles.
As well as the other glorious.
The family
Cucurbitaceae.
Yeah.
Hey, there's Eep Jen. Hey, Eep Jen.
I didn't know they were both. What if you plant beaver? What if you plant them in a matter daddy?
You can't plant beaver.
In a matter daddy? What?
Yeah. Then what do they become?
I don't even know what you're saying. Matter daddy?
Yeah, if you plant them in a matter daddy, what do they become?
I don't even know what a matter daddy is.
When it ain't happy, I guess.
You were supposed to say, "What's the matter, Daddy?"
Wah, wah, wah. Thank you, love.
That's awesome.
You were trying to get me to say something weird.
I was trying, but it didn't work.
No, it didn't.
Beaver's on to you.
Yeah.
If I was retarded like Rusty.
Well, I mean, most people just ask the question. That you were so articulate with your question. You were like, "I'm not even sure what this thing is that you speak of." It's like, what the hell? How am I supposed to turn that into a joke? Jesus.
Because I am not the brunt of your joke, jerk.
That's so funny.
Jen
So,
I don't know who that is.
Is that cucumbers are actually part of the same family as pumpkin, squash, and watermelon. That's how I know.
Huh.
Okay.
I didn't know that.
Because of the water content?
Yes, I would believe so. It just said that they're qualified.
So is a pumpkin also both a fruit and vegetable?
Yes. I would think. Well, I would think it's more of a fruit because of it grows on a vine. It comes from a flower and it has seeds.
Yeah.
But you can use it in savory or sweet dishes. So I guess it could be both. It would be probably classified as both. But last year I ended up with 54 pumpkins.
Wow. Were they significant size?
I got brand new seeds that were marked spaghetti squash that were not spaghetti squash, and the pumpkins took over my whole entire garden.
For that.
Oh my God. You know what's so
remember that,
funny,
yeah.
Beaver? I got bell peppers that I put in there, and I was on Offtrack when I saw a little one, and I'm like, it's weird shaped. It's not the shape of a bell pepper. It's kind of more.
Was it a Peter pepper?
Like this. So I tried it while we were on air. It was still green. I tried it while we were on air, and holy shit, my mouth was burning out of my face. No, it was a hobbit fucking narrow. It was a habanero. And I didn't know until a couple days later when it actually turned orange. But meanwhile, I was sitting there and I just took a little bite and I'm like, oh, this is good. Oh my God. And I went out to the garden. I'm like barfing. Oh my God. It was a really great time here on Off Track at the littlest shit show in the world. Anyway, more fun facts about cucumbers. Go.
Rusty likes to stick them in his butt.
Yeah, he does.
Whoa.
Let's see what else I can find. Uno momento, por favor.
Well, I do want to ask, okay, wait, there was another question. Oh, so you guys were talking about seeds and pits, right? Weren't you guys, Matt, it's all Matt's fault. So seeds, so an avocado is a fruit because it has a pit, but yet you said it's a fruit because it has a seed. Is it a vegetable?
Flower. It grows from a flower.
Oh, that's the difference. So like, for example,
so this
bell
is
peppers grow from a flower. That's a vegetable. That's amazing.
Yeah. So what you see here these are a lot of different trellises. Can you zoom into the stuff on the right?
I don't see. No, I didn't download it yet, so I can't zoom in. I'm sorry.
Okay. So what you're looking at is on the left-hand side of the screen, like if you're looking at it, those are all tomatoes. The middle trellis is spaghetti squash, and the ones on the right are the cucumbers. Those are actually my pickling cucumbers. The other cucumbers are at the other end of the garden. But yeah, so these are the V-shaped trellises, which you can't really see well from this picture.
Yeah. No, I see they're leaning.
Yeah.
Versus the straight up.
Yeah, they actually marketed those as tomato cages, but they are sucky for tomatoes. So I am using them this year for cucumbers. But this big arch, I don't think I have a picture from the other side. This is a whole cattle panel that actually goes all the way to the other end of the garden. These are going to be all my spaghetti squashes.
So spaghetti squashes need to be grown by trellises as well.
They should. I grow them by trellises. Yeah,
okay, so the one thing I forgot to ask is, and I know that Lep has something to say about this too, so I want to hear the differences. How do we make some pickles out of cucumbers? I want to know.
Yeah, I was trying to find my recipe, but it's not in my canning books. I don't know what I did with it. But I soak them in, I can't remember what it is. I know it's a white powder and it's like some type of something. I wish I could.
Like Seven Dust.
No, it's not I don't soak them in Seven Dust to can them.
Oh, the can of
is it angel dust?
Depends if you're doing it for that one special person.
All of them so they'll shrink up tight. I don't know.
So you put vinegar in it, obviously. I think you told me once you could put peppercorns in it.
Yeah.
It depends on what sweet pickles, red pickles. Depends on what flavor you have.
Alum, Judy said.
Yeah.
That's what I want to know the difference of is sweet versus dill, because I have sweet people here and I have dill people here.
So you can do bread and butter pickles. Those are always good. I actually have some of those in the basement yet. I wish I could find my stupid canning book.
Yeah, I like bread and butter.
While you're looking for that.
For the bread and butter, I just use the Mrs. Wages bread and butter seasonings, and just it's water, sugar, and vinegar. You just add it with that packet. But there was something, and I wish it was, you had to do it for 24 hours. So you had to cut the pickles up, put them in this water, and it was some type of, I thought I had it here in my book, but apparently I don't. But I'll find it.
I'll ask.
You make a mixture and you let them soak in that for 24 hours. And then you have to rinse and rinse and rinse until
you have to rinse the cucumbers?
You have to
get that white powder off.
White powder substance off.
Let me ask Alexa, what's the white powder you use when you're pickling?
Pickling lime.
That's what it is.
Judy says it's alum.
Pure sodium chloride without any additives like iodine or anti-caking agents that can make your brine cloudy or affect the taste. Are you planning to pickle something soon?
No, thank you. That's enough.
I completely spaced out until now. It's pickling lime because
Alexa, order 9,000 dildos.
Glassing eggs.
Okay.
Let me ask you something. Is it bad to take say I buy a gigantic thing of sliced dill pickles at Sam's Club, and I throw in some cucumbers in that pickling juice. I'm done with the pickles. I keep the pickle juice. Is that bad?
No, it's
Can
mostly vinegar, so it's perfectly fine. The
Okay.
pickle juice is actually good if you get cramps. My husband works in construction, and when it being 100 degrees working on a roof, he sweats a lot, and he gets massive cramps. And he's been taking pickle juice with him to work so that he can drink it to keep the cramps away.
I believe it's because of the salt content.
It is,
from
and
the
yeah.
Oh my God, I love that.
Mhm.
Tim says, Alexa, order condominium. Yes.
Alexa, order condoms. Yes.
You guys are horrible. Horrible.
Keep trying.
Oh, dang it.
I did one time, the banana peppers. I love them so much. The sliced banana peppers. So the mild ones. So I took some carrots and some celery
See you,
and I
Jen.
put them in that juice. What?
Eep Jen, sorry. See you, Eep Jen. It's in the chat.
Thank you for smashing the like. We appreciate it. And then I ate them a few days later. Oh,
Yeah, there were people doing ranch pickles. They were taking pickles like the dill pickles in the store and dumping a ranch packet in, shaking it up, soaking them, and then eating them. And they say it's good. I've never tried it, but I make my own ranch powder and dressing, and it's so good. It's like way better than any Hidden Valley Ranch shit you get in the store.
What do you mean? How do you do that? How do you make powder?
Oh, well, hold on. I will get you a recipe.
Matt wants to know. Inquiring minds want to know. And Matt is so interested. Matt, this is a good thing because we don't get the MSG with it.
Well, I
You
saw
have
Rusty.
leftover pepperoncini juice. You can put hard-boiled eggs in it and use that to pickle them.
Are you like an anti-MSG person?
You what, Matt?
Just saying that you sent me a picture of you carving your pumpkin, so or a video. It's on your cell phone, Rusty, if you want to look.
Is this the one of his ass?
Yes.
Yeah, there's a crack right in the middle of it.
It's a broken pumpkin.
Yeah. I thought I just saw it, but I can't see it now. Brisket.
Oh, jeez.
I make all kinds of stuff.
Check out my pumpkin!
What I have it on my computer. That I do.
That is crazy.
It's got to be interesting because he was staring at it.
Well, you need to, dang it, you need to share that on here. I can't do it from my phone.
It even sounds like you.
I know.
It's crazy how AI has gotten.
Yeah, here it is.
Well, you just send it to me.
Okay, I will.
Get it on my messenger. I can share it.
Take them all to come up. I have too many files on my computer, I believe. And there it goes. Okay, for homemade ranch seasoning, you need 1.5 cups of buttermilk powder, 1/2 cup of dried dill, 1/2 cup of dried parsley, 1/4 cup of onion powder, 1/3 cup of garlic powder, 2.5 tablespoons of coarse salt, but I don't add that much to it because I don't like it too salty, 1 tablespoon of pepper, and 3 tablespoons of dried chives. You just mix that all together, and then when you want to make like a ranch dip, you add 1/4 cup of
Check out my pumpkin!
with 1 cup of sour cream and 2 tablespoons of milk or buttermilk. And if you want to make it in a dressing, it's a cup of mayo, 1/4 cup of the mix, 1/4 cup of sour cream, 1/2 cup of milk or buttermilk, and 2 teaspoons of apple cider vinegar. And it's so good.
But you said buttermilk
powder.
Powder. How do you get that though? Like you said, you make it at home.
dry out your buttermilk.
So you buy it.
Or you can buy it off of Amazon, or you can go to if you
let me give a quick shout out to Candy and Mint Chips Show. Mint Chip Show or what? Hello, daughter, granddaughter, granddaughter.
Check out my pumpkin. I carved a mouth right here and drew 2 eyes above it. Cool, right?
Oh man, that was all glitchy. That's crazy how much that sounds like you. That's nuts, dude.
It does at the beginning, but it doesn't at the end.
No, it doesn't at the end.
That's
That's pretty funny though. So Candy is no longer Candy and Hollow. She got mint chip instead. Am I to understand that correctly?
I tell you what, I'm already scared of the accuracy on having it just look like Rusty.
Right.
right.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
All right. So pickling. So okay. So you explained bread and butter. What about the dill versus the sweet? I know Lep has something to say about this as well.
Oh, always. I mean, you use some pickling spice, some sugars. It depends on whether you're doing, like you say, sweet or sour. Just follow
But
the.
what are pickling spices? Just the black pepper, the
Okay, every time we make our corned beasties on St. Patty's Day,
Mhm.
you know that little tiny package that they have buried in the bottom of it? That's pickling spice.
Yeah. Pickling spice is its own thing, and it has multiple uses, and canning's just one of them.
Right.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I don't use that stuff though. When I make my pickles, I actually use fresh dill, fresh garlic, black peppercorns, salt, obviously, and you should use pickling salt,
Right.
not regular
Table salt.
Oh.
Because it will make your jars. I mean, if you don't care what they look like, but pickling salt leaves the liquid clear, where
Clear.
your iodine, like your
Okay.
salt that you use
Oh,
on
the
the
canning
table, would
salt.
make it cloudy. Yeah. And then
But-
I believe mustard seeds also go in there.
So are those okay? That's what I'm asking. So Lep, those little the little tiny white seeds we see in the corned beef, those are mustard seeds then?
Mustard seeds are what? Little yellow ones. The white ones can be
yeah.
tender, maybe. I'm trying to think of what all goes in it off the top of my head.
Yeah, I know. I put you on the spot.
I know they got, at least in the ones we opened, they've got a little bit of dill. Bay leaf broken up in there.
Yeah.
Do you use white vinegar in your pickling?
Yes. Yeah, and your vinegar for pickling should be a certain percentage of it has to be like 5% or something like that. Hold on.
So you can't use any vinegar. You can't use like apple cider vinegar.
Well, it depends on what you're pickling.
Oh, shit.
What is the percentage it should be? 5% acidity.
Okay.
So now here's the thing. I know this whole thing went around a couple years ago on the internet because everybody tagged me in it, that they were reducing the percentage of vinegar in the stores to 4%. So if that's the case, then you just have to adjust the water content that you're putting in.
Right.
So if you're reducing the percentage of the vinegar by 1%, then you reduce the amount of water by 1%. So you should still it should still work out. There was I had been tagged in that post like 1,000 times, it felt like.
Okay, but so what is the normal percentage? Are you saying
5% acidity?
No, I got that. But then you're saying water. So if you're using a cup of, let's say, a cup of vinegar, how much water?
So usually it's 2 cups of vinegar to 4 cups of water.
Okay, that's what I'm looking for. Okay, gotcha.
2 to 1.
Yeah.
2 to 1, just like rice is 2 to 1.
Mm-hmm. Now that only makes maybe 4 or 5 mason jars. That's not a lot, because till you put your pickles in there, your cucumbers and your seasonings, you'll only probably get like 4 or 5 jars out of that, probably pint jars. But if you're looking to do, I had some big chunky cucumbers, and I wanted to see about making whole pickles, so I actually canned them in half-gallon mason jars, just so I could have big fat pickles.
All right, we like girth. So, and then how long do you want to pickle them?
Well, so cucumbers, when you're pickling cucumbers, they're not going to be ready as soon as you put them in the brine and can them. You are going to have to let them sit for 6 weeks before you pickle them.
refrigerated or not?
Oh, you're going to can them in hot water. I mean, you can
But
make
what
refrigerator.
if you don't can them? What if you just want to throw some fucking cucumbers? Like you're just a normal person like me. You just want to throw some cucumbers in some shit and put them in the refrigerator so that you could eat them. How long are we talking?
Refrigerator pickles. I've never made them, but
For
I know
a
they
good
exist.
batch, you're going to want to wait at least 4 days, a little longer if you can, because I do cucumbers and onions like that frequently.
Yeah, it says 24
Use,
hours to a few days,
yeah,
depending on how strong you want the flavor to be.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but when you're canning them, they say to let them sit for like 6 weeks to
Right.
develop the flavor.
Okay, so if you're me and you just want to put them in the refrigerator, are you putting this in plastic or glass? Which is better?
I would always use glass.
Glass is always better, but Tupperware works just as fine for, you know, refrigerator. Because that's what, like I say, I'll do tomatoes and onions sometimes, and another time I'll do onions and cucumbers.
I did onions. I did red onions. I made pickled red onions.
Yes,
and
she
I'm
did.
not using
they
red
were
onions.
so
I just use the
salty,
good
though.
old white ones. You know, the yellow Vidalias.
They were really salty, though. I
They
have to
were
make
salty.
that recipe again. I'm gonna tell you, when you're canning, because certain people have certain flavors, like taste buds, but the amount of salt and sugar that Ball has in their canning is absolutely out of control. Their jelly recipes call for 8 cups of fruit and 6 cups of sugar.
Holy
That's
sugars.
so much. I would only do half that sugar.
I don't even do that. I
Like
make
2
like
cups of sugar should be ample.
yeah, 1 to 2 cups of sugar is what I use to can. I like it just with 1 cup, but I've done it with 2.
Troy.
Because when I was first canning, I always followed the recipe, and the sugar. I was like, this is like ridiculous. It's horrible. When you lower that sugar, not only you have like such a good fruit flavor, it's like eating fresh fruit.
Mhm.
When you're putting and the best jelly I made. Well, there were 2. I made apricot jelly, which was amazing. But then I also made bourbon peach jelly.
Ooh.
That was good. Everybody went for the freaking bourbon peach. I got my god, that was gone off the shelf because I so what when people come to visit me, I usually take them for a tour of the pantry and then I have them pick out. They get a box and however many jars they can fit in that box. Yes, I use white vinegar in my pickling process. I know some people say that they use apple cider vinegar, but I make my own apple cider vinegar, but I would never use it for that. I use it for other stuff.
I would probably say that would depend on if you had anything special that you thought that it added to outside of that. I mean,
Well, it kind of depends on how much of a zing you want. White, good old straight white vinegar gives it more of a bite than cider vinegar. Cider vinegar gives it more of a twang than a bite, I guess would be a good way to describe it. Wouldn't you say, Beaver?
There's all kinds of vinegar, though. I'm
Oh, yeah.
seeing, I'm
Choose,
seeing rice vinegar.
Red wine vinegar, rice
Oh God,
vinegar.
I love rice vinegar. Hell yeah. I love all vinegars. I love balsamic vinegar.
Yeah.
Just give me vinegar. I'm digging it.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, I made strawberry vinegar.
Oh,
I made
yum.
strawberry vinegar. I fermented strawberries to make like a vinaigrette for over salads in the summer and stuff.
P.O. Box 13.
Right?
Jen's birthday's coming up, really. P.O. Box what?
Yeah, I literally have 2 bottles of it because I didn't do a lot of it because I want to see how it would be, but I do have 2 bottles of that. I have a whole jar of apple cider vinegar, and it keeps getting the mother on the top. It's not the mother. It's they call it something
Mother
else.
sets at the bottom.
Yeah, this is like you can use it to ferment other stuff.
Oh.
It's like a whole. Oh gosh, I haven't done vinegar in a
Like
while
a
because
yeast or
as
something?
often as I was using it, huh?
It's something like something like a yeast or something it develops that you can use.
Yeah, and it just keeps creating it, and then once it gets to be so much, it falls to the bottom, and then it creates a whole other one.
Interesting. I don't know, but I'm so excited to pickle shit. I love it. And I love vinegar.
Easy. And like I say, hack up cucumbers nice and thin and some onion, a little bit of.
Well, it actually is the mother, but they also refer to it as biofilm. So it actually is it has like a rubbery texture to it. And
So
it
at the
has
top it's
all of the
biofilm?
fermentation and enzymes and proteins and stuff in it. So if you wanted to do another type of vinegar, you can actually take that and add it in to speed up the process, because I have like 4 of them now.
Huh.
Because I have this whole big jar of apple cider vinegar that just keeps creating another layer, and then it falls to the bottom and creates a whole other one.
Right.
It's like a whole organism going in there.
That's interesting. That's so interesting, honestly.
So if you get it off the top, it's biofilm, but if it sinks to the bottom.
Well, they still say it's the mother. So when I Googled it quick,
Oh, okay.
it said the thing floating on the top of your apple cider vinegar is most certainly the mother of the vinegar.
Ah.
It's a harmless, natural colony of bacteria and cellulose that forms during the vinegar making process. And then it says, what is mother? The mother is a biofilm that is mostly made of acid bacteria, cellulose, and enzymes and protein. So it's a good part of the vinegar for you, for your gut health. But it forms as and it is like jelly and rubbery and stuff like that. It is.
You got to take the bejeebies out of it to get it to re-dilute
Cheers,
in
Anna.
the bottle when it sits too long on the floor or in the cupboard.
And it's
Miss you,
super
Anna.
to make your own apple cider vinegar. So I don't know if any of you make homemade apple pies where you're peeling a bunch of apples and stuff. But you just have to take the apple peels and apple core, and then you mix in filtered water and sugar, and that's it. And you just put the apple scraps in the jar, put the water and sugar over top, and then you put a cheesecloth or just a cloth with a rubber band and let it sit for like 3 to 4 weeks. Then you strain it, put that strained stuff back in the jar and let it sit there, and it will ferment. Now you can get all these fermenting kits and stuff, but I've made it without it. Now, go ahead.
Can't you also put a lid on there and seal it and burp it a time or two a day if you're paranoid about the kids knocking it over?
Yeah, you can.
Burp it.
Let it blow.
Or you can get fermenting stuff, because you want to keep. So you're going to have to put
I
some
think
type
I
of
just
weight
froze
or
her.
something in there to keep everything under the water level, so you don't get like mold that forms on top. But it is the whole process, and I mean it's the same process for making homemade sauerkraut, stuff like that. You literally have to keep it below the water line and let it ferment, and then you can do stuff with it. Yeah.
I love me some fucking sauerkraut. Okay,
Oh my
hold
god,
on a second.
sauerkraut got so good.
Fucking sauerkraut is amazing. Okay, real quick. I'm going to do New Mexico because today is New Mexico Day. I'm going to do a couple little funny laws. Ready?
New Mexico? I thought it was Utah.
No, it's New Mexico.
Yeah.
Okay, my bad.
Right. I'm going to ask Lep because he does the daily. It's New Mexico, right?
Right.
Okay. So the anthem ban, it is a petty misdemeanor to sing, play, or render the Star Spangled Banner or O Fair, New Mexico in a public place unless it is performed as an entire separate composition. Just so you know. Don't be singing. Okay? Don't do it.
Can you read that again, Jen?
Yeah, it is a petty misdemeanor to sing, play, or render the Star Spangled Banner or O Fair, New Mexico in a public place unless it is performed as an entire separate composition. Are you just fucking with me right now? You can go.
So it's a misdemeanor to be petting somebody in a public place? Is that
No, it's a petty misdemeanor.
while
You're
you're
all crazy.
humming the Star Spangled Banner? Or
Well, that may very well be a misdemeanor too, but I don't think that's what she's talking about.
Yeah,
Oh.
where's the petting taking place at?
It's petty, you
Preferably
butthole.
not in the
Petty
middle of the zoo.
misdemeanor.
That'll get you
Oh,
kicked
Come
out.
on, Dad.
Well,
With-
Dad
I'm gonna
always
shoot
said
myself.
This is
after
Utah.
20 things don't.
No, New fucking Mexico. Anyway, you guys, I hate you so much. Okay, you could wear a sombrero, but it is technically illegal to dance while wearing one. Okay, bitches, don't wear a sombrero and dance. Okay, tripping horses. Intentionally tripping a horse is a misdemeanor, but it can be bumped to a 4th-degree felony if the horse is injured.
A
Ya
what?
dicks.
A what?
Ya
trip?
dicks.
Oh, Look, just saying dicks 1,000 times. What tripping a horse?
Don't trip a goddamn horse.
Oh, like a person?
Yes, don't trip a horse because if it
How
gets
the
injured,
fuck
it's
does
going
it?
to
Wait,
be
hold on.
done.
Can you talk about the logistics of a human tripping a horse? Because I don't think that's even possible.
Now, does
I don't think it is
does it
either.
take more than 2 hits of LSD to make a horse trip? I mean, they're pretty big.
Pretty much. I love that, Lep. I love your take on it. The voting idiot clause. So the state constitution has an active clause that prohibits idiots from voting. An archaic
Uh-oh.
legal
I'm
term
not
that was
doing
never
that.
fully removed.
And yet they do every
remain
year.
a primary
Idiots.
residence of California so you can vote, Jack.
I got a couple of things, Jen.
Wait. Okay, go.
New Mexico. New Mexico.
Yeah, go.
It is the oldest capital, has the oldest capital. Santa Fe was founded in 1610, making it the oldest state capital in the U.S. How about that? How about them apples?
How about them apples?
It is also the chili capital. Hatch, New Mexico is widely known as the green chili capital of the world.
So they
Hatch
say.
green chilies
I've seen Hatch chilies in the stores.
Are supposed to be fantastic. I haven't had any, I don't guess.
I definitely heard New Mexico is supposed to be good at chili.
New Mexico actually predates the country. Spanish colonizers named the region Nuevo Mexico in 1561, a full 260 years before modern Mexico gained independence and named itself. Because it was Mexico for a while. It is the birthplace of the nuclear age. The world's first atomic bomb was detonated at Trinity Site near Alamogordo in 1945.
Nailed it.
I mean, nobody has said the famous one yet. I'm waiting for it.
The Area 51 is right there, 51 or whatever.
That's it.
Something like that.
The Roswell crash. Roswell, New Mexico.
Because Area 51's in Nevada.
Oh, well, yeah, that was the next one. UFO capital. Roswell, New Mexico has been an international hotspot for UFO enthusiasts since the famous alleged flying saucer crash in 47. Alleged. It was there.
Wait, I have one. In Las Cruces, which my brother Lep wanted to move to. In case you didn't know, Lep is my brother. He wanted to move to Las Cruces, but in Las Cruces, it is illegal to walk down Main Street while carrying a lunchbox. So fuck off.
I don't know if Jen said this earlier because quite frankly I wasn't listening to her, but 77% of all green chilies in the US are grown there. That's crazy. 77%.
Damn. More than 3/4 of all the chilies are grown there. And like I said, I've seen the hatches in the stores, and they're pretty
here's what we do, Rusty.
Okay.
We go buy a bunch of stock in green chilies, and then you and I take a road trip to New Mexico, and we spray a bunch of poison all over the crops. Stock takes off because it's 77% is gone. So it becomes the rarest spice on this planet, and we own stock in the rarest spice known to man.
No, I would give my money to Beaver to grow us some Ortega chilies. So just stop it right now.
There you go.
By the way, that was all hypothetical. I would never break the law. I would never do anything illegal. So.
Yes, you would. So Deming, the city Deming specifically outlaws public spitting. Thank God for somebody to do that, including expectorating on the steps of churches, schools, or opera houses.
I gotta say that is a personal pet peeve of mine. I cannot stand for somebody to be spitting on the damn ground where people gotta walk. Oh my God, that is disgusting. You should be beaten within an inch of your life.
Oh, I bet you love them people that eat sunflower seeds all day long too.
I don't care about sunflower seeds. I'm talking about hawking.
That's a different deal. We're talking hawking a lug. That's disgusting. I walk down the sidewalk, I see a lug, I'm like, I want to barf.
Well,
what movie was that where John Travolta caught one?
What?
What the fuck?
Yeah, there was a movie where somebody spit at him and he went ahead and went over and caught it with his mouth.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, my God.
And Earl,
Jen, can you read the last sentence of what you just read? No, just the last sentence. It was like churches, or what was it? Say it again.
Because I think you're fucking with me, but I'll say it again.
I'm not fucking with you. I'm not.
Including you see, you want me to say this. Including expert.
Well, you can skip that word. Just name all the places.
Okay, thanks. On the steps of churches, schools, or opera houses.
Yeah, I just want to say, go look at Rusty's channel.
Expectorating.
Rusty has done bourbon reviews in front of all those places.
Yeah.
Oh my God, he totally has.
Check out Rusty's channel for that.
Okay,
No,
Rusty,
no,
I'll
they're
let you do one more in New Mexico, and I have two more, and that's it. So you do another one. You got another one?
Yes. The highest capital, Santa Fe, sits at a staggering 7,000 feet above sea level, higher than Denver.
Wow.
Really? In
Oh, yeah.
Mexico?
Yep.
It's a legal state, so I believe it.
I got one, Jen.
Yeah.
They are the pioneer of commercial space flight. New Mexico is home to Spaceport America, the world's first purpose-built commercial spaceport. Companies like Virgin Galactic have launched humans to space from the high desert facility. I didn't know that either.
I didn't know that.
That's amazing.
Here's one more. I would never in a million years have thought this. They're America's oldest wine-producing region somehow. The Spanish missionaries planted the first grapevines in New Mexico in the early 1600s.
Wow.
Isn't it?
Decades before California or any other state ever began commercial winemaking. Wow. Where's the Owen Wilson? Wow.
Wow.
Sonora, New Mexico, right?
I don't know.
Albuquerque. I knew I should have made that left turn in Albuquerque.
Yeah, exactly.
Hosts the largest hot air balloon festival on Earth, drawing over 500 balloons annually.
Can someone explain to me the fascination with hot air balloons? Why do you want to get on the world's most explosive thing, have zero control over what you're doing, and hope you survive? It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard of.
What do you mean most explosive? I'm confused.
Well, you're literally shooting flames into the most flammable material ever that's held up by ropes, another flammable thing. And it's like, what's the fascination in that? I don't get it.
Yeah.
Almost being weightless. Essentially, you kind of do become. It gets warm, lifts your butt up in the air, but you are at the mercy of the wind. If it blows left, you are.
can go be weightless in water. You can go float and be weightless on the water. And I don't know.
Just put up in the air.
There you go.
So I have a funny story about a hot air balloon. It didn't happen to me, but it happened to my best friend.
Do it.
Her husband wanted to do something super romantic and booked a hot air balloon.
Oh, okay. I hope it was a disaster. I hate hot air balloons.
So they had, it ended up that another couple was with them and they went off course and they had to make an emergency landing for whatever reason. And they landed on an Air Force base.
Uh-oh.
As they were coming down, there were so many military surrounding them. And when they tried to get out of the basket, there were like guns drawn all over them. Now, at the time, she was just dating this guy. Her last name was Smith, and they didn't believe that that was her actual name. So they held her until she could produce an ID, which she didn't have on her. It was back in the car. So yeah, there was like this whole thing about it.
Holy crap.
That's great.
So they were having a foursome in a hot air balloon and landed in an Air Force base.
And by the way, I want all of us right now, here is an impersonation of an emergency landing in a hot air balloon. Ready?
Yeah.
That's it. You just gotta wait. There's no emergency land. What are you doing? If I ever get in a hot air balloon with a bunch of people, I'm gonna make it my mission to throw up in the basket and then be like, now all you suckers have to sit here in this throw up forever.
Oh my God, it would gross out. Okay, real quick.
Just came down a month or two ago in the backyard in San Diego, if I recall right.
And what about, how do you dodge power lines coming down? What if you're coming down?
They always say don't let balloons hit power lines. At least Mylar ones.
They happen frequently, yeah. That's why, like in Albuquerque, you're out in the middle of BFE nowhere.
What
You
an
can see it from
absolutely
the freeway. I'm
stupid
surprised
story.
none have ever landed on the freeway, or they may have. I don't know. I've never heard of any, but
Okay, just real quick, women in the tiny town of Omega are reportedly prohibited from riding a horse unless they are wearing a corset.
Hell yeah, that's my kind of town.
Yeah.
And my last
Well,
one,
they don't want them
Clamato.
flopping around everywhere, just flopping.
That's a good way to lose some eyesight, isn't it?
Right?
Quamato, I hope I'm saying that correctly and not destroying it, but in the town of Quamato, a local newspaper can be fined if it prints someone's name and spells it incorrectly. That's all I got for New Mexico. Anybody else have some? And then we're going to LEP for
I don't know, but I think that last corset law you were just talking about looked like Holly was feeling a little bit uncomfortable there at the possible ramifications of riding without a corset.
I wouldn't be on a horse. So
That's right, girl. Horses are mean. They're beautiful animals, but they are not nice to me.
All right. Yeah, no, we got 6 minutes left, and Lep hasn't had his
Yes,
time to
let's go
shine.
LEP.
traveling with everybody.
So we have you have been, but we have Army Birthday and Flag Day. So let's go. Let's
Which would you prefer?
do it all.
Do it
And if
all.
you're
Oh,
over 6
we'll
minutes,
start.
oh well.
Everything except whiskey in Utah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
How about some amazing facts about the Army, seeing as how it used to be my old employer?
That's right. My brother used to be in the Army. Let's go.
Yeah, from 1975 until 1983. So back when nothing was really going on. Here's one for you. The Army is older than the country is. The measure of to create a unified continental army to be led by George Washington was passed by the Second Continental Congress, let's see, on July 14th, 1775. So technically, the United States had an army for a year longer than it's been a country. No?
There you
All
go.
right. How about the Army copied the Indians, but the Army pioneered modern guerrilla warfare. General Francis Swamp Fox Marion pioneered modern guerrilla warfare during the Revolutionary War. He traveled along swamp paths and led his men in surprise attacks against unsuspecting British forces. Then they would withdraw just as unexpectedly as they'd popped in. So they'd fade in, fade out. Interesting, not interesting. All right. Here's a trippy one. There's only been five-star generals in the Army. The rank of five-star general didn't exist until 1944, and it was only given to 5 men, including former President Dwight D. Eisenhower. The ranks were retired in 1981 when the last surviving five-star general, Omar Bradley, died, and they named a fighting vehicle after him.
I got a question for you, real quick, Lep. Being you
I
brought
have
that up, because you're five-star general, you can only have one of those at a time, right? What's the enlisted equivalent?
Ooh, well, seeing how the five-star general would be the very, very, very top dog, the enlisted equivalent would be a command sergeant major. You can't get no higher. Command sergeant major of the Army. You're running the show for everybody in there, swinging Richard.
Now, was MASH based on the Army, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I love that. That's the only way I know
Took
those
place
ranks.
during the Korean conflict.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Independent Joe, what's up, buddy? Plywood,
Holy
what's happening?
crap. I haven't seen him in forever.
Right?
And not that
Anyway.
the Korean conflict has actually ended yet. There's been an armistice signed, and that's why we have the 38th parallel. But there has been a cessation of active hostilities. But the funny thing is, MASH was on longer than the actual fighting went on for.
It was an amazing show, though, and a movie.
How does that correlate to the 38th parallel?
I'm sorry?
How does that correlate to the 38th parallel?
That's where they drew the line for the armistice. This is North Korea. This is South Korea.
Oh, okay.
That's just kind of where everybody went, okay, let's hold up here. I've been to Panmunjom. I've been up there. I've seen their little blue buildings. I've walked through the minefields that are on their side of the fence. Yeah, it was kind of fun.
I don't know if I'd describe that as fun, but all right.
Well, we weren't supposed to. We were just screwing around. We went, well, and I mean, they've been in the ground so long, the water and the rain has washed out. You can see all the problems. Oh, there's one.
Long as there's no boom boom happening, you're having fun, right?
Exactly. I'm still here. So that one didn't. How about
Sorry, go ahead.
let's see, we're about out. Let's see, how about the Army tested chemical agents on the United States. In the 50s and 60s, the military used motorized blowers to blow zinc calcium sulfide into the air over large swaths of the United States as part of Operation LAC, large area coverage. The San Francisco Bay Area, St. Louis, and parts of Minnesota and the coast of Southern Carolina and Georgia were all sprayed with the substance. Zinc calcium sulfide was used because it's fluorescent, and the military was researching the potential dispersion of chemical and biological weapons. So when people say they're spraying and they go, no, that's just a chemtrail, or they're exactly right. That is a chemtrail, not a contrail.
Oh, gotcha.
Let's see. Here's a little trivia for you. The Air Force was part of the Army until 1946 when it became its own entity. Until 1947, the Air Force was the Army Air Corps. National Security Act of 1947 turned it into its own separate branch of the armed forces. Today, it also oversees the Space Force, the first new military branch created in over 70 years.
That's actually really interesting. I did not know that. So the Air Force wasn't its own entity. It broke off from the Army.
Right. Yeah, it
Oh.
used to be the Army Air Corps.
How old is the Army today? Did you already say that?
200, yeah, it's 250 years. It's older than the country by 1 year, so it's actually 251 years.
How did that happen?
Kinsey, I sent you a video.
They adopted a militia of men to be called up at any minute as the Continental Army back in 1770, 1770.
75, I'm assuming.
Yeah, 1775.
Yeah,
The
but
Continental Congress, they had a Continental Army led by Washington.
Sorry, Messenger.
1775.
Interesting. Huh. All right. Well, happy birthday, Army.
Yay. And we're out
You
of
got
time,
a
yes?
fun fact about the Flag Day? Oh,
Of course.
Are you still going? Okay, go. I'm
No,
sorry.
I mean, I do. Let's see. Everybody knows when it is, right? That's today. It's the 14th. It's always held on the 14th. The Continental Congress adopted the flag in June 14th of 77. President Woodrow Wilson established Flag Day in 1916. Let's see. Pennsylvania is the only state to recognize Flag Day as a state holiday. Way to go, Beaver.
Yeah, but Beaver's gone, but way to go, Beavs.
She just outdropped. Let's see. The idea of Flag Day was first proposed by a school teacher named Bernard J. Krennard in 1885.
God bless you.
Okay. Let's see. The flag design was inspired by the Grand Union flag, which had 13 red and white stripes. The original flag had 13 stars, 13 stripes representing the 13 original colonies.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else? What would you like? How about some?
No, I think that's so funny because you know those YouTube videos or Instagram videos or whatever where they sit there and they say, how many stripes are on the thing? No idea. How many stars are on the flag? No idea.
Yeah.
Are you fucking kidding? These kids
Oh,
are
yeah. Some of
dumb.
them people are just dumb. Here's a
Embarrassing.
trivia fact for you. The longest running Flag Day parade is held in Fairfield, Washington. Didn't say how long it's been, just it's the longest. The flag's been modified 27 times since it was first made.
Wow.
There's 50 stars, and it was designed by a high school student named Robert G. Heft. And Eisenhower is the one that approved it or authorized it.
So it was like a drawing from a high school student?
Well, they had 1,500 submissions, and they narrowed it down to his out of the 1,500 people that drew flags and said, here's what the 50-star flag should look like. It's back in 1959. I was even alive for that one.
And this is, and then Betty Ross decided to sew it?
That was back in the 1700s. She's given credit for having sewn the first flag, but there's also stories that said she didn't. But yeah, she's given credit theoretically for sewing the first flag of the U.S. And like I said, it's been changed 27 times since she did it.
In 1960?
No. In 1959 is when they added the 50th star.
I know I'm poking fun at Jen at her who sewed the flag after she insulted people not knowing about the flag.
Whatever.
You know,
Why did I insult people like not knowing the flag? Whatever your face.
It wouldn't hurt to add a couple more stars to the flag, you know. I mean, we could throw one in for Manitoba and Alberta and Saskatchewan.
No, we can't, because then it makes it too much. Everything's too much.
No.
You know?
If they're the right ones, it's not too much.
51st.
Okay, well, I want to thank, first of all, let's go through this. I want to thank Whiskey Wisdom, aka Matt. You have a website or a podcast called Gen X Podcast, I believe. Yes, thank you for joining us tonight, telling us all about bourbon and just hanging with us. That's so cool. Gen X Podcast, correct? On YouTube. All right. And then we have Lep, who does the Daily Hello on YouTube and Into a Peach on Rumble, right?
Yes, ma'am. Daily Hello every day. Brand new.
Okay.
If you especially for like dad jokes, like why don't married men use Crisco as a marital lubricant?
Why?
It's shortening.
Oh, shit. That's so good. I like that. Are you putting that on a new one? Is that today?
No, that was a while back.
Damn it. I need to use that. Oh, no, I can't use that one at work. I use them at work. But anyway, thank you guys for joining us. And Beaver too. Beaver After Dark on Thursdays, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Join her cast. Rusty's on there. Generally, if he's not sleeping or had a hard day. What ups? Thank you for hanging out with us tonight. We appreciate you. Love.